God bless America. Thank you.
All right, so that was U.S. President-elect Barack Obama speaking in Baltimore, Maryland this hour as he continues his three-state whistle-stop tour. Next stop, Washington. And, of course, the festivities continue leading up to the main inauguration day. Throughout this day, as several stops through three states were taking place, huge crowds gathering. We're told at least 35,000 people here outside Baltimore City Hall for this speech that we just heard. A very encouraging, inspirational speech. Joining us to talk a little bit more about what we just heard is Solon Simmons with George Mason University. Mr. Simmons, again, pretty much the same theme that we've been hearing on much of this whistle-stop tour, no?
I think so. He's really focused on the early phases of the Republic, the Revolution, the Founding Fathers, trying to get us in that spirit. I'm almost imagining a 1-2 punch because we have so much Lincoln. I bet the inaugural will deal a lot more with the Lincoln aspect in the Civil War. And with that, he brings the two most enduring themes together in American history. Of course, what he has to face is the next great challenge, which was that of Franklin Delano Roosevelt in the Great Depression, which is the one that really gave the Democratic Party the flavor it has today. And it's not clear yet what it is, if he's going to have that kind of bold action which will jolt us into a new productive frame. And so we'll see if he hits on that theme. I should say that, you know, when it was first announced that Obama was elected, Tom Friedman, the columnist, said that the Civil War has finally ended. I think we're seeing that maybe that was a bit dramatic. When Strom Thurmond came to power and joined the Republican Party, probably the Civil War had at least ended then. But I think what he does bring is he brings an end to the divisiveness of the 1960s and 70s and really is a new generation. And you see that in the kind of hopefulness in the way in which he speaks about things and the comfort he has with things like sacred honor and religion. This is not a liberalism which is uncomfortable with those very traditional themes. So that's the kind of Obama that we're going to see over the next 4 years, I'm sure.
So, of course, now the train continues on to Washington. It is set to arrive there later tonight. Tomorrow, Obama will be kicking off inaugural activities with a welcome event on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. That's on Sunday afternoon. Also following that on Monday, just looking ahead to what lies ahead here, of course, Martin Luther King Day. That's going to be, one would think, a very inspiring speech that we're going to hear. Barack Obama calling it a National Day of Community Service, and many of the events focusing in honor of Dr. King's legacy. There's also many inaugural balls. But what do you think, Mr. Simmons, we can expect for Martin Luther King Day? What will that be like?
Well, it's just hard to see. I mean, you know, we're getting a little bit of symbolic fatigue, I think, but he seems to pull it off. I mean, we're cramming so many different ideas in here. We have references to 1812. Of course, we haven't had I Have a Dream. We wonder if that theme will be tossed in there, maybe save that for the inauguration, maybe not use it at all. So many choices. Of course, this is typically what presidents do. They try to cram all the important historical pieces together. Obama does it quite well, and when you watch him in person, he's just a natural speech maker. So you know, I can't exactly say what he's going to deploy when, but I think he's going to use it all at some point or another.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to continue, obviously, to keep a close eye as this whistle-stop tour continues. So this was the latest from Baltimore, Maryland this hour, and now it is on to Washington. Solon Simmons with George Mason University joining us. Do appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Jacqueline.